Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Almost a Green Acre. We're continuing on our walkabout here on the north side of the property, and I gave you a little bit of a glimpse, I guess, on the previous video, which you can certainly take a look at. So it's morning here, not quite sure where you are all tuning in from. I have to apologize ahead of time because I'm not able to, when I'm in video mode, this phone does not allow me to flip from talking to me to taking a video. So here we are on the north side. This tree line over here is right on the property line. It borders the property. And this is we're just going to take a walk here. Over here. It's pretty bright, even though it's really cold out this morning. It's -3 here Celsius. So here's a look from the north side at the shed, and I was showing you last time. You can see all the rot that's taken place over here. I'm not going to get too much into it because it's an absolute mess, but you can see here we had to jack up the shed. The shed is built in 2 different sections, and it's all coming apart. It just needs to be taken apart and moved because I really don't want it here. And then all this row that's here, like I said in the last video, I've cleaned up quite a bit of it. There was old drums and whatnot kicking around here. All this wood here is just no good. It's been out in the elements. And this is just some more garbage that I'm going to have to clean up before the grass gets too long. There's cups and cans, and that's an old deep freezer, and those 2 pieces of wood there. I'm going to use that as some sort of a lattice. There's the frame of the sun tent cover that I was showing you that I'm going to somehow break down. And then all these limbs here are, I need to cut some of these back because they're really infringing on walking about and getting anything done. And when I have the lawnmower out, and all this has come down over the past couple of years just from storms, and so that's on the neighbor's property over there, but some of it has fallen on me. And I do know last year, like in all amongst there's all kinds of broken glass, and here's some of the glass right there you can see. So it just needs to really get cleaned up. And there's some really good pine needles here that can be used as, you can see all these pine needles here. This can all be used as a ground cover when I get the gardens and the beds and everything done. So anyway, this is the shed. Last fall, you can see that there's been there wasn't as much digging like this before, but I had a skunk move in last fall, which is why over here I've put there's just a pallet here, and there's also a this metal gate or whatever you call it here. Yes, I do have my mittens on. It's -3 here. It's cold, but doesn't stop the grass from growing. Look at that. All the grass is getting long around here. Anyway, I had my lawnmower out yesterday, and tried to get it to work, checked the oil, and it's got gas and stuff in it, and after I primed it, it wouldn't start. So I'm thinking maybe it needs a new spark plug. You can see here all the pine needles. So this is going to be awesome stuff that I'm going to be able to use. These were these little mounds here. You see here 3 little mounds. Those were the last, or no, there's 4 actually. These were hostas that I had left over, and at that point last November, I didn't know where to plug them, so I just stuck them here over by the tree line. There's one there. Don't know if it's coming up yet. I don't see any activity. And I don't see anything there either. Or here. Oh, there might be a couple sprouts there. And then this is just my compost bins, and I haven't turned it. I haven't nothing. I've just been throwing stuff in it, twigs, paper plates, paper towel, Kleenex, whatever. But this is all coming down here. And this is kind of on the south side anyway, so I'm not really going to, maybe I'll just discuss that. So, yeah, so this is all coming down and getting moved. Just take a shot here from the, looking at the house. And over here is a pile of pallets that I probably had, I would say 50 or so. But anyway, underneath this tarp is some pallet boards, which I've already cut off. So I've taken these pallets that you see here, and I've taken my circular saw and I've cut right here all along, like on both sides, basically. And then underneath that tarp is some boards. And here's a one of the hostas coming up right there. And right here, I believe this is a bunch of daisies that are starting to come up. This whole row here is practically their roses. I don't know, it was donated to me, so I don't know if you call them wild roses. Really not going to know too much about it until I see them come up. You can see here that I've had some straw over top of some of the perennials to protect them, because as you can see, we have a few blooms here. And again, these are things that were donated to me, so not even sure what those purple flowers are. They almost look like a iris. But going up this hydro pole, that is a morning glory that I planted last year, so that seems to be doing really well. In between these two tarps here, last November as well, I had about half of a truckload, I guess, of compost that I went and picked up, and really didn't have any place. I needed to get it out of my truck before it froze in there, and so I just tossed it in between these on top of the tarp. Yeah, I think I showed you this last time. I just took some pallets and put one down on the ground and put three sides up, and then I put the snowblower inside there just to protect it. And there's another ripped up tarp that I have covering over the front of it. And and then we're dealing with all this stone that you see here coming into the grass. So some of that will have to be raked up. But as I mentioned in the last video, these holes need to be dug out some more. When I put this house up, on this pad itself, there's approximately 30 ton of crushed stone here. So I have a really good foundation laid down. But as you can see, grass and whatnot is still peeking up through it. This particular section doesn't have as thick of a, I mean, there might be, if I'm lucky, 3 inches of crushed stone here. I'm talking about under the house. Yesterday, excuse me, yesterday I unloaded my truck. I had a whole bunch of cardboard in the back of my truck, and I was able to, there's a couple new pallets that I got from the hardware store when I was there a few days ago. So whenever I go out anywhere, I always like to make my trips count. I was saying to somebody yesterday or the day before, the price of fuel here is 186.7 per liter, and that worked out to something like $7 and something a gallon for my friends in the United States. So it's really expensive here. Yeah, and when we were on 2 videos ago, I had shown you on the east side some of what was a temporary skirting. So here on the front, these are another 3 panels of that I plan on using for raised beds, and but I have to take them down because I just temporarily for the winter use them as skirting. So you can see that those will be going over onto the south side. And here's one that the wind has blown down. I think you've seen that already. So, and they're just leaned up. They were attached to the house, but we had a really, really big storm and they weren't attached very well. And the wind just pulled them out. So, yeah. And then I'll talk about the other little garden beds when I do the next video for the south side. And so beside these, and we're kind of on the south side right now, but just want to break the video up a bit. Underneath this tarp here, underneath these pieces of wood that I'm using as stakes, is a garbage box, I guess, that I built last year, and I just need to get it out to the road over there. And I used basically just old wood that I found around here. The property, the previous owners had left some old steps that went into the cabin, which they moved out of here. And so I incorporated some of that into the build. But most of it, I would say 95% of it, is completely built out of using pallet wood. So, yeah. Anyway, see if I can flip you around here and without too much effort to talk to you. As you can see, I'm all bundled up here. There we go. I can't see me, but you can see me. So I'm all bundled up. I've got my mittens on. I've got my winter boots on. Like I said, it's -3 out here today, but I'm anxious to get out and do some gardening things and chores. And I have fibromyalgia, so I get really cold and lose heat easily, but it's a little too warm to be wearing a great big winter jacket, which is why I've got 2 sweaters on here and I got a hat on and mittens, of course, to keep me nice and warm. So thank you very much for stopping by and for checking out my video. Please like and subscribe to the channel for future videos to be dropped, and so that you can get notified when they do. See you on the next walkabout. Bye for now.